Okay, so it is game 4 of a 5-game series between Flash versus Soulkey. And so far, all the games have been pretty good. Soulkey has played absolutely fantastically. His Mutos Micro has been really, really good. But we saw basically as soon as, in game 3, we saw as soon as Flash went back to his standard style, Soulkey just completely fell apart, just not being able to deal with this sort of bio micro that Flash is known for. So we'll have to see if that changes in this game, if Flash decides to go for something wonky again, or if he decides to stick with this solid standard +1 5-racks that he's so comfortable and so strong with. Pretty standard openings probably coming out from both players. I say this in every ZVT, but that's basically about it. There's not really too much to consider as the Zerg player besides the potential for bunker rushes, and that's basically it. Bunker rushes are the only really scary thing that can hit Zerg really early on, and the only thing, I mean, there are different types of bunker rushes. There's bunker rushes that are completely non-committal through the center, or that have like barracks in the main, and alternatively Terran can actually go for barracks in the natural, go ahead and push out that way, or they can go for a proxy rack somewhere out on the map, either in the center of the map or somewhere around where it would normally be scouted. And to deal with that, all you have to do is just pull drones. For Terran, the only threat really is an early pull from Zerg. The most dangerous obviously being a 4-pull. 4-pulls aren't used that often. We saw Soulkey actually go 4-pull versus Flash in the ASL 3. He played 4-pull in the second game and managed to annihilate Flash's CC first. That was pretty exciting, a lot of fun to watch, but for the most part we don't see a lot of 4-pulls coming out from Zerg players, and a lot of the subsequent pulls 5 through 8 are not as strong. They're kind of in between being very aggressive and very economic, or not very economic, but more economic. So they're generally not used. The only real early pull that's used fairly often in this matchup is a 9 overpull. That's really the only one that you'll ever actually see. And 9 overpull just basically allows the Zerg player to get some early pressure out on the map with Lings. We saw that a little bit earlier today, actually, with Effort going for the early overpull. Basically allowed him to prevent the SCV from scouting early on, and allowed him to take a faraway third base with his third hatch instead of putting it in his main, and that allowed him to win versus rush. So it was a really cool build. But other than that, the typical response from Terran is just to pull 3 to 4 SCVs, put them on your ramp, and allow your Marines to go ahead and reinforce and be buffered by those SCVs, and you should be in pretty good shape. So both players just scouting each other, trying to get a sense of what's going on, what each player has. Right now, Soulkey went for the lair first, so nothing surprising for Flash. He knows what's going to be going on. I think that is an engineering bay. That is an engineering bay, so we are going to see the +1 5-racks come out from Flash. Again, not surprising, Flash going back to his safe standard style, where he just goes for the +1 5-racks, takes a lot of map control and really good trades. And it's honestly very infuriating to deal with as a Zerg player when you're trying to deal with that much pressure in the early mid game as you're taking a third base. It feels almost impossible to take a third base unless you play perfectly. And as a Zerg player myself, it honestly feels impossible to take a third base a lot of times. So it can be very frustrating, very annoying, but in any case, it looks like Soulkey's actually going to be doing sort of a timing attack, just getting a lot of Zerglings out early on. Maybe this is just to control the area, but we usually see Zerg players play a little bit greedier on the Zerglings. They don't go for this many Zerglings early on, prefer to play it a little bit safer, but I think this is mostly just to fool the deterrent into poking out a little bit earlier, or trying to just do this sort of runaround. This basically allows him to get full information, but wow, yeah, this is a timing. This is definitely timing. He's trying to bait out the Marines to come over here behind this mineral line while he comes in for a big attack, and it's going to work. He's going to get a full surround on that bunker. Wow, that's actually really huge. He's going to kill off a lot of Marines with this and actually get into the main. And that might actually just be GG. This is so many links, and more links pouring across the map. I think he's actually done it. Wow. He's right on top of the barracks, and oh my god, two medics pop out. That's gonna be the GG. Soulkey just wrecking Slash with that excellent timing.